Hello, welcome to Steps Gaming. It's Friday, and it's time for the weekly podcast on Steps Gaming, featuring myself, Steps, and my co-host, as always, Zod Rider. How you doing, Zod?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We got people starting to roll in. I see Rainwater Games. Right, always to getting physical with Rainwater Games for whatever reason. Time to get physical. We got Game Broker 84. Good to see you. Good to see you. Biggie D's Arcade. Good to see Biggie D. Mike Hawkhurts has no DJing tonight, so he's here. That's cool. I didn't know you was a DJ. What kind of music do you spin?
Is it online or physical?
It's an onliner. Yeah, is your music MP3s or MP4s or whatever, or are they actual vinyl records or CDs? It's sad that companies are moving away from physical games, but they will make more money going all digital at the same price with not having to pay the cost of producing physical games. I think they charge more for the physical games now. They consider that, like with these like companies like Limited Run and what's the other one? Strictly Limited.
Well, they've been saying for a long time that physical is never going to completely go away. It's going to go more towards, specialty markets for collectors and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we're gonna break it down. We got plenty of time today. Biggie D. What did he say? Yeah, I'm trying to leave that community. I'm trying to leave that community. We don't want to unite. I think everybody should find new things to do. I honestly I do. Unless you really want another arcade 1-up or a basic fun, if that's your thing, cool. You're welcome to hang out and talk with what we're talking about. Then that's cool with me. But I think that that hobby for me is dying. Maybe it's not for Zod, but I kind of got the impression it was.
It's dying because we have everything that we want. If there was stuff that we still wanted, it would still be alive. But it's like when you have all the ways you want to play these games, there's really. So I don't know. I don't know if that necessarily means that
a good multi-cade solves the problem.
I guess I guess it depends what your definition of dying is. I mean, if I've got everything I want, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's dead for me. It's just that I can play whatever I want to play when I want to play it, so it's not really a problem. I guess I don't know. I guess it would be dead as far as purchasing goes.
Yeah, I don't have anything left for it. I just don't. Biggie D was my last appearance talking about that stuff. I was like, I even posted it. I go, I'm gonna be on Biggie D, and I did it as a favor to Biggie D, and it was a good time. Me and Garage Gamer and Biggie D last week. I think this week he has Glenn on. I like Glenn. Glenn's not on this show tonight, so it'll be good to see him on Sunday night on Biggie D's channel. And we'll get updates on his project. The what is it called? The FU, the FU, the FU Build-A-Cade. Pag Shim, good to see you, my friend. I don't know why it's not showing up. There we go, Pag Shim. Gotham City Arcade, good to see you. Of course, we already said hi to Mike Hawkhurts. And KFB is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mike said, I like house music, but I sell out for whatever is demanded. I DJ at physical locations with an all-digital library.
Mm.
Oh, God.
All digital library, but physical locations. That's
I need a mod. Do we have a moderator? We have a problem here with Rainwater Games. Zod, B, OTG, and Godly have been wanting your steelbook so bad. You have a steelbook coming out?
Yeah, there's going to be a steelbook for the One Punch Man movie. Yes, there is.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been complicated to set up, or it sounds complicated.
No, not too complicated. But I'm going to be putting up. I'm going to be putting out notifications once I get everything settled. I'm going to be putting up notifications on how to pre-order the steelbook. Personally, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
I wonder where Mike Hawkhurts lives if he's talking about the beach. Florida, Hawaii, California, Oregon, Washington. What else is on? Alabama is on the ocean. Michigan, lakes, a bunch of lakes. Maybe he's in Ohio. Always remember, Ohio is Erie and Michigan is Superior.
Neo Mile.
I'm getting the yeah, good for you. No, none of the people that are any good at that game are going to be on it because they're all going to be on Fightcade. I saw a box to television Donkey Kong and lose 2,600 DK at the store yesterday, and I got them all strictly to put it on the shelf windows with my DK toys. Yes, like one of the things is like I got an Atari 7800 Plus, right? And I want to collect some things for the 7800 Plus, but I'm more interested in collecting 7800 games because that was from the 8-bit era. Like I'd love to get a Donkey Kong 7800. Oh, I'm wanting to get the Tiger Heli that just came out for the 7800. But even though it plays 2600 games, I don't know if I want to get any 2600 games because like that was before my time. I think like I just never got into Atari. I know Zodrider said his parents did.
Yeah, my parents had the 2600 when I was a kid. That was their machine.
Good to see you.
They've had everything from Pong to Atari. That was their, they were into the whole pioneering of video games, I guess.
Dr. Torque loves physical media, mostly movies. It sounds like. Do you have a large physical media for movies?
I got a fairly large physical media collection, which is why I'm super happy to eventually add my movie One Punch Man to that physical media collection as well.
Well, since we're already talking about, why don't you update people as much as you can on your movie project?
Well, as of right now, I am in the process of editing the movie. It's pretty much all done now. It's just the editing process, basically taking all the footage and everything and putting it together and making it a coherent movie. And so far, I am 10 minutes into the official edit, meaning that I have 10 minutes of footage that is completely locked down and is not going to be changed, that you can literally watch of the movie that is, you know, a great off to a great start on the editing process. Editing takes a long time for a movie like this, but I'm really excited. I'm just super hyped up. I'm trying to pull up the image of the steel book here so you could see that.
Yeah, I did not pay for StreamYard, Biggie D. I got something else. did not pay. I'm not paying that highway robbery pricing at StreamYard. No thanks. Can't wait to see your movie. Says Biggie D. Does it let you share?
I think it will. I'm just trying to find what I need to find here to show it to you.
Let me see if there's anything I need to do since we just switched to Restream. That's what we're on. We just switched. I wanted to see if there's a way for me to just allow you to share.
Okay, cool.
Yes, Restream was $16 a month, and whatchamacallit, the StreamYard wanted, like, it starts out at like 40 some dollars a month, so it was like, nope. Overthink Gaming, holy shit! What did we do to get him up in this business? Wow.
StreamYard is one of the most, and not only that, StreamYard is a real buggy and weird program on top of everything, and it's expensive.
It's too expensive. That's why we're on Restream. Release the Steelbook now. They say. Yeah, we get plenty of time to talk about physical media. We're not in any rush today because Glenn is not on. So, we could talk. We could talk. We got till whatever 9:00. You can get Restream for $120 for the year if you buy during Black Friday. I just bought it by the month for $16 a month because I used a promo code. Otherwise, it was like 19. Okay. Full transparency. Full transparency. Thanks to Jason Little Alien, who got us those 10 members last week that helped us pay for the monthly Restream charge. This Restream is brought to you by Jason Little Alien. F you, Glenn. Funny.
Yeah, for real.
Oh.
Let me pull this up now here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got it. Hold on.
Okay. Is there any copyright strikes on anything you're going to show today?
Copyrights? No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm drinking this drink. It tastes like a creamsicle. It's like poppy, orange cream, you know?
Oh, wow.
It's like I'm drinking a popsicle. Oh, Glenn dropped the video.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen.
He's at the baseball game. That's why he doesn't have a stream tonight. Does that mean Glenn went to Long Island Retro Day? I think he's going tomorrow because he's going to the baseball game tonight. He's at the baseball game currently. His music is copyright, but you could show it without the music. Oh, so you do have copyright music.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, all the music I did for the movie, I did myself. So this is, but I'm just showing you the steelbook right here. So
okay,
you can pull that up.
What's going on? Is it telling me that it's okay to show your stuff or what? Is that what it says? Share screen. Or did you send it to me?
I just shared it right now.
Shared it where?
Under the share screen tab.
Okay, because I'm not seeing it.
It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Perfect. I see where it puts it. It puts it up there in the corner. I think.
Mm-hmm. It's right underneath my little.
There we
There,
go.
there we go. There it is.
I figured out how to do it with Restream. There we go. That looks pretty cool. 4K Ultra HD. That looks expensive.
It's gonna be amazing. I don't know. At this point, I'm just super excited. I'm loving everything about it. I think I think it's gonna be worth it to have it on physical media.
Well, I'm so glad that you're going to have it on physical media because I think that's a big accomplishment for you to get this movie out, have a physical release, have it on 4K Ultra HD.
Yeah, and the thing is I'm not putting the movie itself out behind a paywall. It'll be available digitally for free for anybody who wants to see it. I want it to be seen by as many people as possible. The only aspect of it that I'm charging for is the 4K steelbook because it's expensive to make these. But as far as the actual movie, everybody will get a chance to see it for free. Anybody who wants to watch it, I want it to I want it to go viral. I want it to be as big as possible. So
Where are you going to host it at?
I'll I'll put it on YouTube, and I'm also looking into uh, streaming services, seeing if there are any streaming services interested in
Are there
possibly airing it
are
or
there
stream.
any film festivals or anything you could take it to?
I'm looking into that too because I have some friends who some connections where some people who know how to get your stuff promoted through there. So I'm looking into that too. So all of that will be uh, upcoming. I'm just in the process now of just trying to finish the movie and get it ready.
No, Overthink Gaming doesn't collect games, just full size real arcades. OTG collects steelbooks, even if there is nothing in there. Zod can change. You can make just a steelbook without anything in it. We'll buy it. Yes, I'm almost at 3,000. I am like 103 away from 3,000, something like that. Uh, I have had some growth with doing Donkey Kong content, to be honest. I mean, that was pretty popular. The Soul Calibur 2 shorts and stuff have helped me out a little bit too. The other problem I have, and this is a problem that I don't know what to do about, is I have a short of the Rock of Fire explosions that's kind of like blowing up, getting a couple thousand views a day. And so when I look at like other people that watch my channel, when you click on that Biggie D, you probably see home arcade channels. What I see is Chuck E. Cheese channels. And I am really frustrated with that because I am not a Chuck E. Cheese content creator. I went and did a couple videos on Chuck E. Cheese, like from a historical perspective. Like I was showing the last remaining showbiz, this one of the last clubs that had the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. I just thought, hey, this retro arcade stuff, let's show it. It'll be cool. And even though it's been over a year since I have done it, I'm worried about what it's doing to my channel. But the subscribers don't appear to be from the Rock of Fire explosion or the Chuck E. Cheese videos. So that's interesting. That's interesting enough. But no, I do not want to be a Chuck E. Cheese channel. No, thank you. That's not what we're here for. So I will not make any more Chuck E. Cheese videos on this channel, unfortunately. Is that the Chuck E. Cheese video? Did you just look it up? It's like all of a sudden it started taking off. I don't know. I'm like,
Why are you worried about it? If it's good for your, if it
how
helps
is it
your,
good for my channel? It's gonna
if
make
it
people Chuck E. Cheese idiots come to my channel.
if it helps your channel grow, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that people are watching your stuff. I don't.
Okay. Cool. I just worried they're gonna expect me to do more Chuck E. Cheese content, and I don't want to do any more. It was cool. It was something I did last summer, and I saw it, and now I'm good. You know what I mean? And I thought this kind of fits in with what my channel's about. We'll show it for a couple episodes, and then we'll move on to the next thing.
Nobody cares if you do Chuck E. Cheese content. Don't worry about it.
I heard this was a Chuck E. Cheese channel. I might have to.
I thought about doing review old time
no, I'm not.
Chuck E. Cheese pizza reviews and that type of stuff. Get a bunch of their frozen stuff and
dude, my kids are like teenagers. I can't even like walk into a Chuck E. Cheese without it being creepy. So no, I don't want to do Chuck E. Cheese content. I don't want to be one of those old people going to the Chuck E. Cheese. Everybody's like, "Who's this loser?" It's like I just don't. Give the people what they want. I mean, I guess it could be worse. It could have said that I was a home arcade channel, which is worse than a Chuck E. Cheese channel. More Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, baby. We love that Mountain Dew.
Boys, start your end. Being cool, you'll find is a state of mind. For a drifting attitude, things get hot. Cool is all you got. Doing it country cool. So chill on out when the heat comes on with the cool, smooth Mountain Dew. Doing it country cool. Doing it country cool.
Let me get rid of that. Here we go. I'm still learning Restream again. I was so naturally could do things in StreamYard because I was so used to it. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, Overthink Gaming, Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, okay. Oh, you know, it was fun seeing the Rockafire explosion again. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the Rockafire explosion. It's funny because the Chuck E. Cheese I went to was only went to because they converted the Rockafire into Chuck E. Cheese characters. I don't know. When I lost my job last year, I did a lot of stupid stuff. Went to amusement parks all summer, went to Chuck E. Cheese, whatever. You know, it was like a midlife crisis for sure. Now I want to focus on I want to do what the original intent of creating this channel was, which is retro gaming. You just want videos about Chuck E. Cheese and Slim Katie's going forward. No thanks. I saw this post on Facebook of this guy, and he said that he makes custom cabinets, and it was like a Mortal Kombat cabinet that looked like a Slim Katie, and I'm like, you didn't make that. Maybe you changed the artwork, but that's clearly an arcade one-up. Oh man.
You didn't make that, you plagiarizing piece of crap.
Maybe he built it. Maybe he built it for him, and that's what he means he made it. He got it at Walmart, put it together. I don't know, man. I did have a pizza there though when I was there. That was over a year ago though. I'm still alive. I haven't gotten sick or anything. It was July of 24. Oh man. So one of the reasons why I did this stream tonight about physical collecting was the last couple of weeks we've been talking a lot about Sega Genesis. We had the Sega Genesis arcade port show, which I still don't think we finished. I think we still have another show to do on more Genesis arcade ports. But then we did the Earthian show where we talked about the new Sega Genesis game Earthian. And you were talking about how you were looking for a Sega Genesis Model 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why specifically were you looking for the Model 1 versus the Model 2?
The Model 1 that's the specific. I'm looking for the specific Model 1 that has the high definition graphics logo on it because it has a better sound chip.
Yeah. So I started after you said something like that. I started researching this, right? Because the original Sega Genesis I as a kid was a Model 1 because it was an Altered Beast. I had it came in the box with Altered Beast. There was no Sonic the Hedgehog at all. And I got this thing. I was like 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. I don't know. It was somewhere around there. And it was before Sonic came out. And I had that, and I didn't even know much about it. I just knew that it was supposed to be better than the Nintendo, and I knew I wanted a Master System before, and I never could figure out how to get that. So I think I asked for a Nintendo instead. And so when I was old enough that I could like mow the yard, I bought a Sega Genesis. And at some point, that Genesis just died, and I kind of moved on. And it sucked because I didn't have a Sega Genesis anymore. So all these episodes we've been doing about Sega Genesis and stuff and having nostalgia has brought back a lot of memories of the Sega Genesis. So then I started looking at Sega Genesises, and you could see, and I've actually been looking at Genesises dating back to like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I still hadn't bought one. I told myself, just stick with your Super Nintendo and your N64 collecting and just leave it at that. You don't need to have all this crazy stuff. You're not going to have anywhere to put it, and blah, blah, blah. So Zod Rider's talking about his Model 1 Sega Genesis. And so I start looking at Sega Genesises again, and I start doing the research because Model 2s are really cheap. You can get a Model 2 like for $50. You can get a new Model 2 that's like been sitting in the box, barely used or never even opened for like $120. And Model 2s are just, you know, there's a lot of them. And, you know, I don't really trust ChatGPT, but I went to ChatGPT and I was like, why would I want a Model 2 Sega Genesis versus a Sega 1? And the AI was like, you don't want a Model 2. Those have a tinny sound card. They're not any good. No serious collector wants that. That's what it told me. He said no serious collector wants that unless they just want it as a shelf piece. I'm like, damn, that's pretty cold. And you'll buy it again. If you really did sell it, you'll be selling it. You'll be buying it again. I guarantee it, man. I very guarantee it. I would like to take a moment to apologize for spending $850 on YouTube promotions. I don't think you did, dude. I don't think you did. Shorts are weird, man. You could have shorts up and they could go crazy like after 3 years. And the shorts are the ones that are taken off. Now the edited videos I did were not bad. But back to I was playing my Xbox last night. But back to the Genesis story. So then it tells me that the Model 1 Sega Genesis that says high definition graphics on it is the best. But the other Model 1 Sega Genesis, the one that came with Sonic the Hedgehog, is the second best, and it's pretty close. But it's not quite as good as the original Sega Genesis, which is kind of interesting because like nowadays, you don't go backwards like on consoles. The older ones are not better. You know what I mean? They always are making them better now, like the Pro Edition or this or that. But back in the day with Sega Genesis, the original was best. So I found a Sega Genesis that said the high definition graphics on it on eBay without any cords or controller. It said it was tested, it was good, and for $27. So I bought it. Zod Rider. So now
a Model 1?
Yes, a Model 1. And
for $27.
Yeah, it looked good. Doesn't look scratched up or anything. But it had no controllers, no cables.
Well, I've got a 6-button, an authentic 6-button, original 6-button controller. It's like new. That's what I use to play all my Genesis games on my clone console. So, yeah.
So anyway, I bought it, and then I went to Amazon and I bought the Retrobit, like a new Retrobit 6-button controller that works with the Sega Genesis, and then I bought a Retrobit power cord and a Retrobit video cable. And so now I'm going to have a Sega Genesis. And so then I said, and then I start thinking, I'm like, okay, so am I going to collect games for this sucker? Or am I just going to say, screw that. I'm not going to get to the point where I spend $100 for a shmup that I want when I could just get an EverDrive or something like that, a flash card. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Should I collect these games? Should I just buy the games that meant something to me from my childhood that I used to have? Maybe have a small, like 10 game collection and then have a flash cart. Should I go crazy, just buy all the Genesis games I want and who cares? Or should I just get a flash cart? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, an EverDrive, yeah, you get an EverDrive and you're good, and you can put everything you want on it, even your Eartheon. You don't even have to wait for the physical copy. You could just put Eartheon on your EverDrive and you could play it away. And
Yeah, the Eartheon's already on the iArcade.
it's as good as having a physical copy. Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah. I do recommend that people, if they play Eartheon, to actually buy some sort of legitimate copy of it, even if it's just like the Steam version, because we want to support ancient games because they're a smaller game company, and we want Yuzo Koshiro to make more games. We do. If everybody plays them for free, they're not going to make more games. You know what I mean? There's not going to be any money. So throw your dollar, throw a dollar in the hat. You know what I mean? Support the company if you play the game and like it. KFB, stop buying physical. It's not 1985. Yeah, but the thing is, man, like they can't take your game. Like if you have the physical game, you kind of have it in your hands. You know what I mean? It's there. It's physical. It's a trophy in some aspects. Like all the YouTubers that have like a retro gaming channel, they always have bookshelves behind them with rows and rows of games. It's like a trophy piece. How many games? Look how many games I have. I'm the baddest YouTuber on the block, right? So that's the thing. I think there's a couple of reasons why people collect physical games. One is it's a trophy piece. Two is the nostalgia of your childhood, right? Like you want that. Like there's a set group of Genesis games that I want to physically be able to hold and say, man, this is that game. This is that game from that time that gave me those memories. Digital media can't do that. Like I was playing, like I don't know, I was playing the Genesis collection. I think I bought it from Turkey, so on my Xbox it's the Mega Drive collection. But like, I was playing those games last night, and it's cool and all, but it doesn't give you the feels. And this is the same community that wants to have like, a lot of people in this chat that want to have an arcade in front of them so they can feel that it's a real arcade. Yet some of them say, screw physical media. And maybe that's because the games themselves aren't on the arcade, but they like the physical aspect of the arcade being in front of them. There's the nostalgia they get from that they don't get for whatever reason sitting in front of the computer, going to Steam and playing a Street Fighter collection or the Pac-Man game or whatever have you. I don't know. What do you think about that, Zod?
I mean, it's all just about playing how you want to play. What's the best way for you? Is it physical? Is it digital? Is it off of a potato? I don't know. Like there's so many different ways, and that's what's great. We live in a great time for these games. It's never been, stuff like this has never been so like readily available. It's incredible. There's just a lot. I don't know. I couldn't be happier as a retro game fan, Steps. And the fact that you got yourself a Model 1 Genesis for $27, I think that's like the find of the year. For real.
Really? Yeah, it's a little risky to buy. It's a little bit of a risky buy, right? Because he says it works, but it doesn't come with the cables. So I don't know. We'll see. But for $27, I guess I got nothing to lose, really. Like, hey, send it my way. I did buy a couple games, but that's it. I stopped myself. I'm like, I gotta evaluate how I want to do this, right? Because honestly, in all 100% transparency, I had to have a physical day one retail copy of Sonic the Hedgehog, the original. Okay. And I'll make a video about that later and about Sonic the Hedgehog. But like, for me, like that was like the number one thing I had to have with my Sega Genesis, right? Even though originally I got the Sega Genesis, I didn't have Sonic the Hedgehog. But when Sonic the Hedgehog came out, it was such a big deal for me. You know, I was still in elementary school about the end of it. It came out. I had the very first copy, that came out. And so I wanted to have that copy that I had. And I know you have a copy of the Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat ones, like sealed in the box.
Yes,
Yes.
because it's
So
nostalgia.
it's nostalgia, right?
Yes.
So you do have some physical media.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have a
Yeah,
copy. You have a copy of Little Samson.
yeah, absolutely. I have my little Samson. I've got a boxed copy of an aftermarket game called Beer Slinger. I've got Superman Returns for Super Nintendo, complete in box. Wing Commander for Super Nintendo, complete in box. I've got quite a few physical games from that era. Steps, yes. Um,
What's interesting for me is like with Xbox, I don't mind obviously digital because my Xbox is all digital. And it's really convenient. I pop it on, I can pick what game I want, I don't have to change anything. But then there's things like the Switch where I insist on having physical media. And part of the reason is that I don't want to buy more storage for the Switch. I'm like, I just like they have an expensive Express card on it now on the Switch too, and I'm just like, I don't want to buy more of that expensive storage. And I also like, it's easier for me to play a Switch game. A physical Switch game, you pop in, it works pretty efficiently, it works fast. I don't have to load it off a CD, and it's convenient. It looks good, and now I have a physical collection in front of me that I could see, which is really cool. I like physical on the Switch, but on the Xbox, no, I don't care. And if I had a PlayStation, I don't think I wouldn't want that either. I have a PlayStation 4, and most of my games are digital, even though it has a disk drive. Depends on what it is for me, but I'm really picky about my Nintendo games now being digital. And that's been a pretty recent development for me now that I've gotten rid of the Switch Lite, went to an OLED, now I'm on a Switch 2. I really want physical games on my Switch. On my Xbox, like I said, don't care. Don't want to upgrade to an Xbox Series X. Don't care. It's too much of a pain. You know what I mean? Old games that were from my childhood, I started to think about it and I go, the most important era of my childhood is the 16-bit era. That is the era that I have the most fond memories. I'm not saying I don't have fond memories playing the original Nintendo. I do. I've talked about my memories playing the old Nintendo before. It's just the 16-bit era, especially like it's really weird that I had a Super Nintendo and I didn't have a Genesis when I was a Sega person. I had a Sega Genesis, a Sega Game Gear. My first choice was always Sega, and then I got a Super Nintendo because of Street Fighter 2 when it wasn't available on the Genesis. And then I got some other games on the Super Nintendo, but like for me, it was the Sega Genesis, and so I started thinking about it these last couple weeks ago. It makes no sense. I have no Sega Genesis. This is dumb. So let's get a Sega Genesis. I do think that I do want to get a physical PC Engine or TurboGrafx. I don't know which I'll get, but I won't collect games cards for it. It's too expensive. Probably get an EverDrive, but I'd like a real one. I really would at some point. Even though I have the minis, I have both minis. Nintendo is one of the last ones that actually physical some of the games now. Yeah, they are actually kind of backtracking on their game key card idea now because such backlash. But I think that's because a lot of the people that game on multiple consoles still kind of like physical collecting, and they don't physically collect for those Xboxes or PlayStations, and they just still like the aspect of doing it for the Switch. And then Nintendo people, they've always had that culture of buying physical media. So I think, I think that's kind of what's going on there. KFB, Nintendo's not dead. They just sold more units faster than anybody else in history. You always, I don't know, he always just buys something, plays it to death, gets sick of it, sells it, and then comes back to it again later and has to buy it again. That's the cycle, KFB. You know what I mean? If some company releases another Mortal Kombat cabinet, even though he's had like 20 of them, he's gonna buy it, even though he's already had the best one that he'll ever get. Anyway, I don't know, but that's KFB. You gotta let KFB be KFB because he entertains people.
Yes,
Yep.
of course.
I don't even know who Extra Emily is. I love Sega too, but I got in on the Saturn and Dreamcast to get as close to the arcade experience as possible. Yeah, man. So like the Saturn, their biggest mistake is they didn't know what to do with Sonic when the Saturn came out, and they never did anything good with Sonic, and it kind of killed their momentum. So a lot of the people in the US never really experienced the Saturn properly. But like the Saturn had so many great like arcade games, and Japan had even better games on the Saturn. You know, I remember I said this a million times. I've had the X-Men versus Street Fighter and the Marvel versus Street Fighter on the Sega Saturn with the RAM card, and it was arcade perfect. And honestly, I don't even think the collections that just came out play as well as the Saturn versions. I think Fightcade does. I do. I think Fightcade does, but I don't think the collections play as well as the Saturn. The Saturn versions were the best. Dreamcast had Marvel Capcom and Marvel Capcom 2, Power Stone 2, Soul Calibur, the NFL Blitz 2000 that was like arcade perfect. Street Fighter Alpha 3 was on that. Street Fighter Third Strike was on that. Mortal Kombat Gold, which was a port of Mortal Kombat 4 arcade game. I mean, damn. Dreamcast is definitely, that's another one I would like to have, but I don't think I would buy physical games for it. I think I'd want to get I'd want to get some sort of what is this, like a memory you could install in it so it doesn't read discs anymore and then just plays.
Oh yeah, yeah. The for the you can get the for the you can get that. Are you talking about for the Saturn or for the Dreamcast?
The Dreamcast.
Oh yeah,
Saturn.
the Dreamcast has that too, where you can get it where it'll replace it, and it's all digital. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know much about Dreamcast guy, but I don't watch him. I'll be honest. You know who I watch? I watch. Everybody knows I watch Happy Console Gamer. I've said it a million times. I like him because I feel that he just covers what he wants, not what he has to. I also watch My Retro Life because I like his old videos and the way he edits videos. I think they're pretty good. I watch RGT85. I watch GameSack sometimes. Those are most of the mainstream people I watch. Like, there's a lot of stuff that pops up under my feed. I'm like, please don't. Like Spawn Wave, I'm like, no thanks. But that's just a preference. You know what I mean? I'm sure Spawn Wave's great, and there are a lot of people watching. RGT hopes all the stuff DCG was involved in never services. They try to keep their distances these days. See, there's drama in every community. Do you have it on the Switch? I thought you got rid of your Switch. I'll play you in Power Stone if you play me in Power Stone 2 as well. I'm not that great at Power Stone, and you know that. But I had Power Stone 2. That's what I had. I never had Power Stone 1. I had Power Stone 2. And I know a lot of people like that. KFB, did you see when she went to Chick-fil-A with Agent and couldn't say what a deal because it was expensive? KFB, you subscribe to everyone, even if you hate them. Actually, especially if you hate him. You subscribe to him, and then you watch all their stuff. Oh, man. So, like, physical media, it's interesting, again, because Switch 2, they tried to make those game key cards, and like I think those are the most insulting things I've ever seen in my life. They're like, we know you really want a card, so we'll sell you this fake card with a download on it, And that to me is annoying. I was like, if it's downloaded on, that's another reason why I don't like physically collecting on this PlayStation or the Xbox, because it would always install the damn CD on your hard drive anyway, and then make you put the CD in. And I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do that. The Nintendo never did. You put the little game card in, and it would just play, which was great because it didn't take up storage. So I didn't have to buy more storage, and I got the physical copy. So, and it worked really, really well. And I really like collecting on the Switch, but I think it's obnoxious too on the disc-based consoles. I remember when I bought the discs for the Wii U, and my kids were little, and they would like scratch the damn games up, and so I'd have to contact Nintendo, and Nintendo would be like, "All right, we'll send you another Mario Maker for Wii U, since your son scratched it all up for $45." And I was like, I might as well just buy the whole game again. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Am I dreaming or am I dead? Lord, please help me. Give me peace.
What are you listening to?
Huh?
I hear some woman.
Listening to? I don't know.
Give me peace. I'm playing Switch 1 games on Switch 2 because Switch 2 has no games. I'm playing Switch 1 games on Switch 2 too, but Switch 2 has a couple games. They have a couple games. They don't have no games. I'm gonna stream Mario Kart World this weekend just to fucking piss you guys off. Because honestly, like, I think it's a fun game. You're not going to be as good as Mario Kart 8 right out of the bag because it's got 96 tracks. It's just not possible. That's the same boat they're in with Super Smash Brothers because they built Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. If you make Super Smash Brothers Ultimate with like 96 guys in it, how are you going to come out and get people to think that the new game's better if it comes out and it has like 25 guys to start? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Apparently he is. Yeah, I thought so too. If you want to leave, Zod Rider, please feel free.
Oh, no.
Or if it's something you want to talk about, we could talk about that too.
Now, I actually had a window open in the back. I didn't even realize it was running.
Was it your movie?
There was something running in the background. No, it wasn't my movie. It was some audio clips that I had running, and I didn't realize that I had them running, so I had to shut the window. It was a window I had open.
Bomberman was the number 2 game on the console for 2 months on the Switch 1. I had that Bomberman.
But no, I'm not watching a movie.
And I never really sell games anymore, but I got so sick of Bomberman, I sold it. I was like, I don't want to see this ever again. He's right. Bomberman. It was Bomberman R or something like that, wasn't it? I don't know. Did you catch James hates everything when he says it? Dude, this is not a topic. Oh my God. Oh man. This is not the purpose of the stream. No, I saw it. I saw the thumbnail. I don't have any problem with James hates everything. I'll watch it time to time. At Games in general, as far as a company that makes mini game consoles, like they made the first Genesis Mini that everybody hated. That's why Sega released a real one. I don't know, man. It's like, here's the thing, man. At Games, because we can talk about At Games because that's a general gaming company, right?
At Games.
They released those arcade sticks with the games on it that you hooked up to the TV. They released those mini consoles. Some of them weren't even real consoles. They're like, it's the Capcom box. And they would have Street Fighter and Mega Man and whatever else on them. And then they would have like the Pac-Man box and whatever else they had. And you would go to the Target and they'd have them for like $20. You'd hook them up to your TV. And yeah. So anyway, the arcades, the pinball, all of it is absolute garbage, in my opinion. So I'm glad that he's done with that, Games. I'm glad that nobody ended up like yourself financing a pinball machine from at games. And yeah, I know they did. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was not any good, Biggie D. Oh, well, we're talking about ad games. You got what you want, KFB. We're talking about ad games. We said your opinion on many times, Oddrider, and ad games, but are you happy they're about to gone?
I'm indifferent. I mean, I don't, I don't wish them any ill will, but I'm not a fan. So, it's.
Yeah. I almost bought a 4KP. Biggie D, you can't even spend full price to get a Nintendo Switch. Why would you have ever bought a 4KP? And I'm sorry if that seems rude, but like you say you almost bought, like you kept talking about it, but like unless they went way, way, way down in price, you was never buying. You was never buying. At games might just be done. Period. They have, yeah, they are. They're done, man. They fired everybody. They're done. They're not doing. They're not even marking their stuff down to get it out yet. They're gonna have to wait till the bankruptcy lawyer comes in, and then they'll go. They'll do what our arcade did, and they'll say, "Oh, super sale on games," and then all of a sudden, all the games are gonna be deleted in 2 weeks. We're closing up shop. Oh, we tried.
I could see them doing that. Like
We were coming up with a phone app to play your pinball, but it's just not coming to fruition. We have to close now.
that would be so at games for them to do that. Oh my god.
If they would have sold that 4KP for $999, I would have gotten one. They were never going to do that unless they were closing the shop and they had a bunch of them sitting at Target or Kohl's or wherever. It was clear day one they weren't going to sell it for that. They're like, it's $2,000. It's going up now. And then they never got off of that. And I'm sorry, but for people that did buy it and enjoy it, but like that's just way too much money to spend on anything that's made by at games. It just is. Oh, I got $2,000 wrapped up in that games.
Anything that they charge for is too expensive. They just don't make any sense.
Okay. I don't have any problems with Papa Brad, but the building the Death Star, that is funny.
Yeah. They're the future. Who's the future now? Basic fun?
They're all terrible, Zod Rider.
Who's the future? Come on, Papa Brad, tell us who the future is. I want to know. I want to know who the future is.
I don't think anybody that's presented right now is the future. So that's a fair question.
Yeah, I really, it's a real curiosity.
Wow, iArcade then went up then ad games. Many companies should stop. I don't understand why this is still a thing. I don't understand why you guys all follow it, but whatever, man. Whatever you want to do. I guess that's all up to you. It's funny,
man.
I sit here and it's like everybody's jumping like for joy because iArcade, or not iArcade, what's the company's name? Iconic Arcade asked a survey about what cabinet design for World Warrior cabinet. Newsflash, they showed all those 6 months ago. Nothing has changed. They've released nothing. They've given you nothing. There's nothing there. And they're still not for sale. They say they're sold out. Sold out of what? For the 5 people that pre-ordered it? What are they going to do? Take advantage of the people that pre-ordered it, put some shovelware on the cabinet, not do it as cheap as possible and send it to their door and have a nice day? Like, if this was good, they would be up for sale. I'm sorry.
Shovelware is where it's at, I guess.
Shovelware is not a good term. Like some ROMs with a crappy emulator that doesn't run right is a better way to say it, right?
That's exactly
He's gonna tell you
what
the
it is. Let's
future.
face it.
He's gonna tell you who's the future gaming tonight on Papa Brad's.
Okay, cool. Well,
That'd be good to know.
Good news.
I don't think they're building the Death Star. You know.
Well, obviously not. I mean, if they're going out of business, that's not. Although to be fair, things didn't end very well for the Death Star either. So that's kind of they kind of had a tragic fate depending on who you asked.
They were
both times. Just saying.
You're working on your arcade stick? Cool. Well, you don't need to buy an arcade. You don't need to work on your arcade stick because you could just buy a new one. Oh man, that I mean, no matter who you are, I mean, even if you're Papa Brad, you got to laugh at that Death Star stuff. That was hilarious. That was almost like that was to the home arcade community, like what was that lady that got viral 10 years ago. Ain't nobody got time with that like that. You know what I mean? Remember her? She made a ton of money off that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. Oh, they're trying to appease Michael B, who is not buying it. Then they're going to do what they planned from the start. Is Michael B's not buying what? What were we talking about? At games? He's got a whole bunch of at games behind him in his videos. Or are we talking about the Iconic Arcade? They're trying to appease Iconic Arcade. That's right. That was dumb. I'm going to be honest. That was dumb. They should have just released it as it is. There didn't need to be a vote. You know what vote one's winning right now? It's 1 and 3, which looks just like 1, except it's slightly different. So Michael B was wrong. Sorry, Michael B. I hate to say that, but honestly, for me, they should have went with the design that looked like the original. I'll give him that. Moon Patrol's a good fucking game, dude. That was a really good game. That was a good day for the iArcade. Okay, if I had that as my only way to play games, and they announced Moon Patrol, I would be jumping for joy too. Overthink Gaming. I think you got to understand the situation of why those people were excited for Moon Patrol and give them a break, because it makes sense if you think about it. It's a lot better than some of the other games that came out. Death Star stuff was great content. That's what Pop Brad says. We poke fun at Arcade 1-Up, but they've sold more units in 2025 than At Games hasn't sold in 5 years. I'm sure they have. I think the At Games sold 500 units. Man, OTG's relentless. Moon Patrol is good. Yeah, Moon Patrol's a good game. It's a good 80s classic arcade game. It's not, I don't think it's like a system seller, but like for the iArcade, it was really good. And if you go to a real arcade, it's cool to have like a Moon Patrol and a Robotron and a Pac-Man and a Berserk and like all that. It definitely was a big 80s arcade game. I will give it that. But no, it wasn't a system seller. You've made it when you have 40,000 subscribers. I don't have 40,000 subscribers. I wish I did. But that takes a lot of hard work and discipline to have 40,000 subscribers. Brad was so creative. Oh God, I read that out loud. Wow, we're beating on Papa Brad. Did they ever make a Moon Patrol remake? I bet the game would be cool if there was a remake. Did you? Okay. So I was playing the Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered collection. And I wanted to play Final Fantasy 4 or Final Fantasy 2 as it was in the US Super Nintendo. And I really thought that this would just be a remaster that was better than the original. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those remasters, most of the time I put it a remaster, it's better, it's improved, it's great, I like it. This did not happen for me with Final Fantasy 2. I was wishing I was playing the Super Nintendo version. And I changed some of the settings to make it as much like it was as possible. But the way they did the remake was just not good. And honestly, Space Invaders, there's been a couple good Space Invader games, but the original is like the best, right? Just like Pac-Man. Like Miss Pac-Man. The original Miss Pac-Man's the best. We'll go with Miss Pac-Man instead of Pac-Man. So I guess it's the second version. I don't know how many. There's been a million different versions of Pac-Man. I leave Moon Patrol alone. I really would. Did they ever make a Moon Patrol? Oh yeah, we already read that one. What was I? We had that game on my mom's Apple. They had Moon Patrol on the Apple. I didn't even know that.
They had Moon Patrol on the Commodore 64 too.
Yeah,
that was the computer I had growing up, and that computer, Moon Patrol. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty faithful port too. So.
yeah. I don't like the remix either. I don't know if I'm gonna sell the game or keep it just to have it in my collection. We'll see. We'll see. That's one that I think I may actually buy a cartridge for. Yup. That is funny though. I see why everybody's laughing. All the people are playing Killer Instinct and like NFL Blitz and stuff like that, and they're like, Moon Patrol. It is kind of funny when you think about it that way. It is, but like honestly, I think Moon Patrol would be a great like arcade for like new wave toys to make. It's a really iconic cabinet. Have you seen it in Moon Patrol in person, Zod?
A long time ago.
Yeah. How's your video game coming?
It's on hold right now till I finish One Punch Dan.
That makes sense. So you think that you're going to get them both out in 2026?
I'm not sure. I know that the movie will be out in 2026 for sure. I know that, but the video game is I'm going to take my time on the video game too, though, because it's going to be a Super Nintendo cartridge. So that should be a lot of fun once that's done.
Yep, Biggie D. We love you, Papa Brad. Keep up the good work. Yo, it's Brooklyn Menace from New York today, right? Actually, possibly Brooklyn or Long Island. Probably Long Island. I think they're at the Long Island Retro Gaming Convention. They have one at Starfighters in Mesa, Arizona. Great looking cabinet. Brooklyn, as long as I have a show next week, which I think we will, unless something changes. I think we're going to do another shmup show. Possibly dealing with some shmup arcade games or things like that with Brooklyn Menace. So I'm looking forward to that. You are going to see Glenn tomorrow at the Long Island's Gaming Expo. I'm sure he is, man. I wish that Glenn would go to more conventions. I remember seeing him in Cleveland that one year. It was really cool. I've come here to chew bubblegum and buy Zod's Super NES game, and I'm all out of bubblegum. I'm sorry. I don't have any bubblegum that I can hand to you through the computer screen. But I may have something. I have a Super Chat video about Juicy Fruit.
Oh boy.
But to get that, we'd actually have to have a super chat. So Snaps, are you doing Power Stone tonight? Dude, do you know what my work week has been like? I do think we should play some Power Stone. I do. I don't think everything has to be televised though, which I think you think it does. Cuz you like to, especially if you win, right? uh No, Greg and I just got into the car. We're heading back to Pennsylvania, but we got to hang out with Rich Odello and my buddy Mike today. Oh, are you done at the expo now then? Are you not going to Saturday or Sunday at the expo? Did you see the new game gun or the Intuck gaming one? I don't know. We'll have to see if Brooklyn Menace answers. Ugh. Gotta get some water. So, anyway, since Biggie D and KFB wanted to change the topic of the stream, and Zod Rider was watching a movie, this will be the last episode. This will be the last Friday of this particular show. Yes. No, just today. Oh, you're not gonna see Glenn. Yes, they were actually very nice and knew who I was when I got there. That's pretty cool. What is he talking about? The game Kickstarter. Does this have to do with home arcade crap? Does it have to deal with home arcade crap, Biggie D? I want to know. Do you know what this is, Zod Rider?
Let me see here.
Ah, you're looking it up.
What is what? Show me again.
It's what is this game? GAIME.
Oh yeah, that's the isn't that the thing that Time Crisis, the company that's putting out the Time Crisis?
Oh, is it?
I believe so.
Well, that's not home arcade.
Well, the Time Crisis is a plug and play for whatever string you have. It's a light gun with Time Crisis. Yeah, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely backing it.
Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, Jesus Christ, dude. This is gonna backfire probably. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show this. Chrome tab, boom. Look at this, man. 839,000 on a goal of 47,000. Damn.
Wow.
This is like one of those. Remember all these horror stories you hear? These people that like had like a $30,000 goal to get $1 million, and then their stuff just ends up sucking, or like they don't end up getting their stuff. Uh-oh. KFB with the super chat, $1.99. Heck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Where is it? Here it is.
Only one great tasting juicy flavor really gets you moving. Get your friends cheered up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Juicy taste, going strong. The taste of juicy fruit is gonna move ya all day long. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. Soft and sweet, gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
All right. We got it. Juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move you. Thank you, KFB. Much appreciated. Greg is here. He says, Game Gun is great. I backed it tonight right after playing it. Well, hopefully they deliver. Hopefully they deliver for sure. For sure. Lex is here. Lex has joined us. Wow. Is that to the 839,000 on a goal of 47,000? Because that is great. Uh-oh. Biggie D says he wants it now. But he's not going to buy it unless it goes on sale. Not until it hits Ollie's. That's when Biggie D's going to pull the trigger. It's somehow, this makes me miss Arcade 1-Up. I don't know how that is possible. Why? Get the guns and hook them up to your damn TV and say goodbye to that crap. There you go. It's not $500. It's not. What was the Time Crisis one? It was like $700, something like that.
It's you mean the cabinet or the plug and play? The plug and play is only like $100.
Yeah, the cabinets were $700, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. $99. That's a pretty good deal, man. Pretty good deal for that. Well, what else we got to talk about? Because our show's gone over an hour. Normally, we don't go 2 hours. We're just trying to fill in for Zod. And, so you tell me, what does Biggie D want to talk about? He's going to say something about Home Arcade. What games are we playing, Zod Rider? Any?
No, not right now.
No? Just focused on the movie.
Yep.
I am waiting on my my Gradius collection to come from Japan. I was told it was going to be here today. By the end of the day, it's still not here. I'm getting cranky. I'm going to want to play my Gradius collection. But I don't want to buy it a second time. You know what I mean? I'm like, I bought the physical copy from Japan. Be happy with it. I don't need to go buy a Steam version and this version of that version. I need to save money because I spent a lot of money doing some Kickstarter projects. What were the projects? I don't have a big red short, KFB. I don't have one. But I appreciate the super chat. What video should we show? What do I have? I got KFB was always responsible for the Mountain Dew. It just was.
Boys, start your engine. Being cool, you'll find is a state of mind. A refreshing attitude. Things get hot. Cool is all you got. Doing it country cool. So chill on out when the heat comes on. With the cool, smooth Mountain Dew. Doing it country cool. Doing it country cool.
Okay, back to this. Boom, there we go. Doing it country cool. That was one of those things where you take like an internet troll and like you get trolled and then you like turn it around and have fun with it and you just stop caring. I had a lot of fun. And that's one of the reasons why I could appreciate KFB now, because at first he tormented me and then I got to end up having fun with it and it was like, okay, cool. Time. But he's a lot different now. He's come a long way. Laugh out loud. Big Red gum. Longer with Big Red. Big Red drink. That's a Texas thing. That's a Texas thing, I think. Though I see it sometimes. I see it sometimes around here. I know Holiday World has it in their free soft drinks. I'm trying. I don't understand what you're talking about, Ricardo. I don't. What are you looking up? Oh, Zod Rider's in the zone. Look at that. He's like totally in the zone. Totally in the zone. The auto zone. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, the KFB, the gum. Well, oh, here we go. Power Rangers, The Return, Transformers Compendium. Is Power Rangers The Return, is that a show? Transformers Compendium is a book. Farscape 25th Anniversary comic, and In the Search of Tomorrow documentary. Okay, so you are kickstarting a lot of stuff, man. I need to look up and see if that Electronic Gaming Monthly Kickstarter is still going, because I want that damn compendium for sure. I really, really do. That magazine was so important to my childhood and what's important to me. I recognize these monster trucks. I just don't remember their names. Sorry, we all grow up eventually. I don't think any of you were growing up. I see all these posts and there's people buying figurines and arcades and nudie magazines and all sorts of stuff. It's a bunch of big kids. Sorry, I start thinking of Billy Madison when he comes out and he's like, nudie magazine day, or whatever he says. This isn't my shirt. I borrowed it from Frank. See? It's a shame. I watched Happy Gilmore too. It was okay. But like, there can never be.
Okay, you're actually saying it's okay? Literally everybody who's seen it that I know has told me that it's total trash.
I didn't think it was
You're
bad.
saying it's okay.
It's not as good as the original. It had some things I liked about it, some things I didn't like about it. So I'm going with okay. I didn't hate it, except there's some things that they did with the movie I will say I hated. But I think they could have gone a different way with it. It wouldn't be the way I would have done it, but some of the moments that they did do with what they did were funny and good. I appreciated Shooter McGavin. I appreciated Bad Bunny. And yeah, they were probably the best in the movie, Shooter and Bad Bunny, if I really think about it. And that scene with N&M is pretty cool too. Nudie magazines. dude, people that are like young kids that are like starting to come of age look at that stuff. Come on. Back in the day they did anyway. Now they just use the internet. And now they try to lock down the internet. So there you go. I think it's less than an okay or okay also. Okay. I don't know what to say to that. Don't know what to say to that. Well, I think we've ran long as we're going to run probably. It's been an interesting day. So,
an interesting day. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. We talked about the topic, we went off topic, and then we talked about stuff I don't really care to talk about, and then I entertained it, and now we're here, an hour and 20 minutes later, and I'm wishing I just kept this show to an hour. So we're gonna go with that.
All right. Well,
they can't all be winners, folks.
We'll see you next week.
All right. We will see you next week. Let's get it.